Today, Mommy and
Ava
are reading Scooby-Doo Meet Bigfoot. And it is going to be one of those picture clue books. So a picture clue book is that instead of reading some words, you're going to read the picture. Like, that's Daphne. So you'd say Daphne. So it's just a fun way of reading. So this is Scooby-Doo Meet Bigfoot. Scooby and the gang were excited. They were staying in a cabin in the woods.
There's a lake in back,
said Daphne. Scooby wanted to swim in the lake. After we unpack the mystery machine, said Fred. That looks like a beautiful place to stay. Fred and Daphne took suitcases out of the mystery machine. Velma took fishing poles. Scoob, let's unpack the bags of food, said Shaggy. I'm hungry. But in the kitchen, Scooby and Shaggy heard scary noises. What's that? asked Shaggy.
Probably some other campers in the woods,
said Velma. Scooby and Shaggy went swimming. Fred, Daphne, and Velma tried to catch fish with fishing poles.
Got one,
yelled Velma. They took that big fish into the kitchen. Scooby and Shaggy were all alone. Look, said Shaggy, pointing across the lake. A Bigfoot.
That is Bigfoot.
It is a Bigfoot. Shaggy and Scooby ran back to the cabin. Bigfoot, yelled Shaggy. Scooby used his claws to show how big the Bigfoot was. But when Fred and Velma went to look, it was gone.
Must have been a bear,
said Velma. Fred and Daphne cooked the fish. Scooby and Shaggy went swimming. Fred, Daphne, and Velma tried to catch fish with fishing poles.
Got one,
yelled Velma. They took that big fish into the kitchen. Scooby and Shaggy were all alone. Look, said Shaggy, pointing across the lake. A Bigfoot.
That is Bigfoot.
It is a Bigfoot. Shaggy and Scooby ran back to the cabin. Bigfoot, yelled Shaggy. Scooby used his claws to show how big the Bigfoot was. But when Fred and Velma went to look, it was gone.
Must have been a bear,
said Velma. Fred and Daphne cooked the fish.
Shaggy, will you and Scooby go get some wood for the fire?
asked Velma.
Hooray!
Barked Scooby. There's a Bigfoot in the woods, said Shaggy.
Would you do it for 2 Scooby snacks?
asked Daphne.
Okay.
Barked Scooby.
For you.
Scooby and Shaggy went into the woods. Scooby found some wood. Great, said Shaggy. Let's take them for the fire. Then Scooby found some bones. Yikes, said Shaggy. Maybe the Bigfoot left these bones. Let's get out of here. But on the way back to the cabin, Scooby tripped, and his paws, I say claws, but I don't know, landed in deep, wide footprints. These are too big for a bear, said Shaggy.
Bigfoot.
Barked Scooby. Uh-oh, Scoob, you're right. Bigfoot, said Shaggy. Run! Scooby and Shaggy showed Fred, Daphne, and Velma the footprints.
These footprints are very big, and there are weird bones all over,
said Velma. Looks like a mystery, said Fred. Let's look for clues. Velma, Fred, and Daphne looked for clues near the footprints. Scooby and Shaggy searched the woods. Zoinks, said Shaggy. This is where we saw Bigfoot. they found bags of chicken and French fries. Bigfoot must like chicken and fries, Scoob, just like us, said Shaggy. Suddenly, Scooby and Shaggy heard a noise in the woods. And look, they just find food sitting there and they just start eating it.
What if it's poison?
What if it's old? The Bigfoot came crashing out of the woods. He must be mad at us for eating his food, said Shaggy. But right behind Bigfoot was a big camera. And a man yelled,
Cut!
Fred, Daphne, and Velma came running. What happened? Asked Fred. Oh my. The man with the camera said,
We're making a Bigfoot movie.
That explains the footprints,
said Velma.
And the chicken bones.
Said Daphne. The man nodded.
Do you know anyone who wants to be in a movie?
Scooby barked.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
So that Bigfoot was just an actor? Oh my gosh. And the end.